EU-Egypt STI Cooperation, 1995 to 2015. During the last 2 decades, recognizing the importance of international cooperation in STI in Europe, Egypt established a significant development process to foster EU-Egypt cooperation in the field of S&T, science and technology, on regional and bilateral levels. On a wide scope, the EU-Egypt mutual and bilateral cooperation aims to encourage, develop, and facilitate cooperative research and development activities of common interest. During the past years, EU-Egypt STI agreements have been set up for the aim of enhancing Egypt's participation in the EU framework programs. Accordingly, opportunities were provided to actively disseminate information and foster researchers' capacities to participate in bilateral and international research projects and programs, thus enhancing the links between Egyptian and European researchers. Encourage the participation and involvement of Egyptian RDI stakeholders in the various ERA activities, in synergy with regional and bilateral actions. The cooperation journey starts first by 1995. The Barcelona process, also known as Euro-Mediterranean Partnership, was the first milestone in a long relationship with the EU and its member states. Since 1995, the regional policy framework has been regulated and guided by the Monitoring Committee, MOCO, for Euro-Mediterranean cooperation in research, technology and development. 2002. The 6th Framework Program for Research and Technological Development, FP6, from 2002 until 2006, increased the opportunities for research collaboration with Egypt, especially through INCO program, FP6 International Cooperation Program, was an instrument to fund projects involving developing and Mediterranean partners, enabling 90 Egyptian researchers to participate in 70 FP6 projects, for which Egypt received a funding budget exceeding 6.6 million euros. 2004, the European Neighbourhood Policy was developed aiming at building an increasingly closer relationship between the EU and its neighbours to strengthen the prosperity, stability and security of the region. For Egypt, the action plan developed within this policy aimed at accelerating the integration of Egypt into the European Research Area and the Community Framework Programme, developing the scientific and technological capacity with a focus on the use of RTD results by the industrial and SME sector, promoting the integration of Egypt into scientific high-level exchanges. 2005. First EU-Egypt Bilateral Agreement. 2006. The formal EU-Egypt Policy Dialogue on S&T Cooperation was inaugurated in June 2006 with the first Joint Science and Technology Cooperation Committee JSTCC meeting held in Brussels. The policy dialogue resulted in opening up all thematic areas of FP7 to third country participation and the announcement of the Year of Science and Technology, aiming to promote international cooperation with specific countries. 2007. Second EU-Egypt Bilateral Agreement, launching of FP7, 2007 to 2013. Which enabled more participation from the third countries in all the thematic areas of the cooperation program. The FP7 program had also INCO activities in its capacities program, dedicated to international S&T cooperation, including priority setting and policy coordination, both regionally and bilaterally through BILAT. The BILAT project with Egypt was called Shiraka. Egyptian government established the Higher Council for Science and Technology and the Science and Technology Development Fund, and it also launched the Decade of Science and Technology. The Ministry of Scientific Research in Egypt starts the Year of Science and Technology, 2007 Year of Science and Technology with Germany. EU funded the Research, Development and Innovation (RDI) program. First phase of the RDI program 2007 to 2010 was supported by MEDA with 11 million euros. Through two funding schemes, Grant Scheme 1 and Grant Scheme 2, the RDI program funded 51 projects. Egypt hosted the first Euromed Ministerial Conference on Higher Education and Research. The conference adopted the Cairo Declaration and set the principles and agenda towards a Euromed Higher Education and Research area. 2008, the establishment of Union for the Mediterranean, UFM, where Egypt and France acted as co-presidents. Amongst other UFM project priority areas, research and higher education were emphasized. 2009, Year of Science and Technology with Italy. 2010, Year of Science and Technology with France. 2011, launch of the second phase of the RDI program, 2011 to 2014, which was supported by MP with 20 million euros. RDI-2 funded 26 projects through three funding schemes, Grant Scheme 1 and Grant Scheme 2 and Innovation Cluster. 2012, Year of Science and Technology with EU, titled EU-Egypt Year of Science and Innovation. 2013, Training Seminar in Egypt for FP Advisors and Information Multiplier. The training held at Ain Shams University in Cairo was aimed at strengthening the level of understanding of FP Advisor on legal, financial, and administrative issues of FP7, while shedding some light on H 2020, the EU's future funding program for research and innovation. 2013, EU-Egypt Year of Science and Innovation closing event. On the occasion of the closure of 2012 EU-Egypt Year of Science and Innovation, a conference titled Current Status and Future Perspective for EU-Egypt Cooperation in Science and Innovation, held in collaboration with EU member states. 2013, Research and Innovation for Economic Development, the Pathway to Prosperity, within the framework of the EU-Egypt Innovation and Seminar Series, aimed at sharing experiences in enhancing research and innovation ecosystem. The EU delegation to Egypt brought together more than 200 researchers from academic institutions, researchers, and representatives of industry, financial institutions, and government. 2013, EU delegation launched an information campaign to foster and reinforce networking activities among current and potential participants in EU programs in the field of higher education, research, and innovation. 2014, through EurAfrica Co-Fund, the STDF has accepted funding 3 projects with total budget of 2.27 million Egyptian pounds. 2015, 6th EU-Egypt Joint STI Cooperation Committee meeting 2015. Research and innovation in the Med. EU different instruments toward shared goals. Within the framework of the European Year of Development, the European Commission organized a regional workshop in Cairo called Research and Innovation Clusters for Development.
I have got my PhD in 2008. Then it was my dream and my hope to get an international project that can be financed through EU. Then I started with some local and national projects through STDF and some other collaborative projects with some countries such as Tunisia, Morocco, and France. But still, I'm trying to achieve my dream through such projects, and I was the Egyptian coordinator for ERSI's project that was funded by EU, but it was only for knowledge transfer and training project. And in 2014, I went to Germany through Sharaka Plus. I have a contact with 7 universities there. Then after coming back to Egypt, we started the communication with them for EU project, and we started with project with Horizon 2020.
حاولت في ان انا اقدم في الاتحاد الاوروبي. كانت احد الصعوبات اللي قابلتني هي وجود بارتنر اكتر من بارتنر في البروجكت. ثانيا ان الاتحاد الاوروبي بيحاول ان هو يوصل لمشكله المنتج النهائي اللي هو احنا في مصر لسه الابحاث عندنا مش شغاله عليه كويس. احنا لسه بنشتغل فيما يسمى بالعلوم بالشغل الاساسي او المواد الاساسيه، وبالتالي بتبقى في صعوبه للمشاركه شويه في بعض الكولز اللي بتنزل. فبالتالي احنا محتاجين من الاتحاد الاوروبي ان هو يعني يحاول ان هو يقلل بعض الشروط عن الدول المشاركه، او ان هو يحاول ان هو يعني يعمل دعم للباحثين الاوروبيين او يحث الباحثين الاوروبيين على الالزام بشكل ما ان هو يبقى في بارتنر من الدول الجوار اللي احنا منها مصر يعني. ده علشان نقدر نزود المشاركه بتاعتنا في الابحاث، نقدر ان احنا نحسن امكانياتنا البحثيه، نرفع مستوى البحث العلمي في مصر بما يساهم في رفع مستوى البحث العلمي على مستوى المنطقه العربيه ومنطقه الاتحاد الاوروبي، واعتقد ان ده هيبقى له عائد جيد علينا كلنا في المستقبل ان شاء الله.
Under Sharaka agreement, we held several meetings with French scientists to discuss the interesting topic for both sites, Egyptian and French sites. Besides this, we met experts from Effermer Institute, French Institute, and discussed about recirculating aquaculture system and how we can increase fish yielding, and also how we can use the wastes of nutrient and silage of this farm to increase useful material and compound.
وانا بتكلم عن الاكسبيرينس بتاعتي او التجربه بتاعتي من خلال مشروع كلاس ديف اللي هو ممول من الاتحاد الاوروبي تبع هورايزون 2020. انا بشجع الباحثين ان هم يدخلوا على الويب سايت بتاع هورايزون 2020 ويتعرفوا اكتر على الموبيليتي بروجرام او البروجرامز الخاصه بحركه الباحثين، وهي اسمها ماري سكودوفسكا كيري اكشنز.
I advise the Egyptian researchers to think about this partnership as a great tool of deepening the relationship between Egypt and the EU, and at the same time to achieve an ultimate goal on the regional level where Egypt will be also in a win-win, the winner side. I can claim that the Egyptian researchers, the community of research and innovation, are now well trained regarding the EU calls, Horizon 2020 calls, and it can be shown through the statistics where Egypt has a leading position among our Mediterranean partner countries neighbors.
أنا بحث شباب الباحثين في جميع مجالات العلم إن هم يدخلوا يزوروا موقع ال H 2020 ويطلعوا على الكولز المختلفة لل H 2020 ويبدأوا في البحث عن شريك أوروبي، وكثير من الشركاء الأوروبيين بيرحبوا بالتعاون مع العلماء المصريين. كونا كونسورتيوم للتقديم في هورايزون 2020 مكون من 10 دول أوروبية، ألمانيا وإيطاليا وأسبانيا وجورجيا وكرواتيا والمجر وعدد آخر من الدول. للأسف ما أسعدناش التوفيق، ما حصلش توفيق إن إحنا خدنا نجحنا في البروبوزال الأولاني، لكن إن شاء الله بنجهز في الفترة الحالية إلى تقديم بروبوزال تاني في برضه في مرحلة الإعداد مع نفس المجموعة من الشركاء الأوروبيين.
Young researcher, it's important to have an international collaboration and to have an international project. It will give you a very good chance for knowledge transfer and to increase your knowledge about advanced research. It will be much better than the national project in everything. Thank you so much.
Pursuing the objective of EU-Egypt cooperation, of enhancing the links and cooperation between Egyptian and European researchers, and increase the synergy between projects and programs. The Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research is keen to continue providing a sustainable access to information and to identify best partners. This aims at seeking future mutual progression and keeping a positive impact by developing an enabling environment to nurture this cooperation. Please get involved through www.stip.eg.net.